Called to order at 7 p.m. It's a regular meeting of everybody at Borough Bloomingdale, October 22nd. I'd ask if everyone to please rise to salute our nation's flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Dunleavy.
Here.
Councilman Costa.
Here.
D'Amato.
Here.
Del Ripa.
Here.
Hudson. Here. Sondermeyer.
Here.
Yasi.
Here. Also with us, Brianna Calabro, our municipal clerk, and Dawn Sullivan, our borough attorney. This meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Law. Adequate notice of this meeting was advertised in the Herald News on December 23rd, 2018. Copies were provided to local news media posted here at Borough Hall. We have no presentations. We have no early executive session. We do have one non-agenda item, which is the award of a E.J. Wack valve trailer that was part of our capital sewer and water plan this year. That's our non-agenda item. So this time I need a motion to open early public comment.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to speak to an agenda item? Seeing no one, motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Reports. Any council member have anything for us? Dawn, attorney.
Nothing this evening, Mayor.
Bree.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Just a couple things on my end. Sloan Park is winding down. Sidewalks are being installed. The wet weather isn't being very cooperative. Sod should be installed. John, do we know when? Because I know they couldn't cut it because of the rain. So Thursday. So we're getting there. The balance of our paving, Red Twig's completed. Some punch list items on Red Twig. Clark, Walter Drive, and Winifred were all paved. The remaining two roads to be paved in our capital road pave plan are Hester and the section of Reeve Hill from Hillside to Reeve, the bottom, that little section of hill is to be paved on Monday. I just passed out to everyone on the council this little package here. Okay, take it home, read it, but I just want to tell you what it's all about. I spent the day in Trenton today, or most of the day in Trenton. Back in 2004 to 2006, the town did a lot of work to get what's called a town center designation. There's 565 municipalities in New Jersey, and only 90 have a town center designation, which expires June of next year. And only 22 towns have so far come forward to renew and continue their town center designation. The package I put together is just a real quickie for you guys. A few months ago, we authorized CME, our planner, to assist me in getting to the pre-petition meeting, which was today. And there's a lot of work I have ahead of me to get our designation to be renewed. You can see on the map I put on the cover page, that blue area is our town center. And what it does for you, it is telling the state that you are buying into their planning process, their planning methods, avoiding sprawl and consolidating development into a center. What it also does is build relationships. So today, for example, my meeting was with the Planning Council for the state of New Jersey, the Department of Transportation, the DEP, the Highlands Council. Who else was there? That's about the group, because they all have input into this plan. So more to come, but if you read, go to page 3, it shows you the steps that we have to go through to complete this. Bless you. And then if you continue, it just shows you the main reason why we do this is not just to build relationships and to sign on to the state of New Jersey's planning procedures and policies. It gives you great ability, bonus points, et cetera, for grant opportunities. So all those DOT grants we get, paving roads, sewer, water, whatever we apply for, largely assisting us in getting that is being a town center designation that we really want to maintain. But if you take, on your leisure, take this, you see your land use environmental grants, clean water financing, economic development, brownfields, housing, agriculture, so on and so on. Transportation, recreation, all part of, this is a nice tool that just shows you grants that are available. So that's what we're in the process of doing, and I'll bring more to you as we get closer to a completion, because we will have public hearings, etc. So again, it's just something that was done previously that we want to get our renewal prior to June. The amount of work I don't think will be done by June, but they'll give you a provisional agreement, getting things that they require done. It's considerable. Okay? But read that. If you have any questions, you let me know. It's real important for the borough. Moving along. Item 10, I need a motion for resolution 2019 10.14 through 18. Who makes that motion?
So moved.
Discussion real quickly. A is just going out for RF proposals for professionals. Same with payroll services. C, I just want to point out, it's not a new hire. We have a part-time court clerk, violations clerk, that covers court nights with our court administrator, and when our court administrator is on vacation or absent. So that individual's retiring at the end of the year. So we put an ad out to replace this part-time position. So put the word out. I put it on Facebook. It's on the judicial website as well. So if you know anybody, it's a good opportunity, because our court administrator could retire within 2 years, let's say. And so my goal would be to get someone who has an interest in getting trained, getting certified, and possibly making a career out of it in the future. That would be my goal in this particular hire. And item F, we're recognizing Luke Picars for an Eagle Scout, which I'll be doing the emceeing on November 16th. So any other discussion? Can I have all in favor?
Just do roll call.
Roll call, please.
Costa,
Yes.
Tomato,
Yes.
Delripa,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Sondermeyer,
Yes.
Yazdi,
Yes.
Okay, pending items. Tonight we have our second and final reading and public hearing on ordinance 28, 2019, amending Chapter 7 of traffic. This is simply adding a stop sign on Clark Street approaching Red Twig. Currently, there's a yield sign. It's done by the contractor who did Red Twig, but we need to amend the ordinance. Can I have a public notice statement, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this ordinance was posted in the municipal building, published in the Herald News, and copies were made available to the public so that a motion may be made that it be read by title.
And who makes that motion, please?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance of the Borough of Bloomingdale, County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 7 Traffic, Part 1, On-Street Traffic Regulation, Section 7-30, Stop Intersections, and Section 7-31, Yield Intersections of the Code of the Borough of Bloomingdale.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to open public hearing?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to speak to 28, 2019? Seeing no one, motion to close?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Who moves to adopt?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Tomato,
Yes.
Delripa,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Sondermeyer,
Yes.
Yazdi,
Yes.
Costa,
Yes.
Item B, tonight we have our second and final reading on ordinance 29, 2019, rec fees. We are resurrecting the ski program. I do want to thank the rec commission, particularly Matt Zaccone, who's really been on this and wanting to get this program back in place. It's going to occur at Camp Gaul is where the program will go. And, I priced the insurance for the program, accident insurance, et cetera, so it's all covered by the fees, and this is just implementing the fees in our ordinance. Public notice statement, please.
Yes, Mayor, the ordinance was posted in the municipal building, published in the Herald News, and copies were made available to the public so that a motion may be made that it be read by title.
And who makes that motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance of the Borough of Bloomingdale, County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 2, Administration, Section 2-64.11, Fees for Recreation Programs of the Code of the Borough of Bloomingdale.
Thank you. I need a motion to open public hearing.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to speak to 29, 2019? Seeing no one, motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Who moves to adopt?
So moved. Second.
Costa, Yazdi, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Delripa,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Sondermeyer,
Yes.
Yazdi,
Yes.
Costa,
Yes.
Tomato.
Yes.
New business. I need a motion for resolution 2019 10.19, payment of the bills. Who makes that motion, please?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Hudson,
Yes.
Sondemire,
Yes.
Yazdi,
Yes.
Costa,
Yes.
Tomato,
Yes, with the exception of 10-15-01463, 1 through 4, and 10-17-01463, 1 through 6.
Delripa,
Yes. Item B. You good? I need a motion to adopt Resolution 2019-10.20, authorizing DMC proposal for stormwater mapping and inventory outfall structures. Who makes that motion?
So moved.
Discussion. Just so everyone knows, the DEP every day has new stormwater regulations. It's quite cumbersome. As you all know, we did some heavy-duty digital mapping a number of years ago on our water, sewer, and storm, but now they want it's called an MS4. They want the outflows not only identified, but not GPS, GIS. So it's all, done digitally, and we know their locations. Fortunately, we had funding in the old mapping ordinance because the tune for this is $9,000 plus. It's something the state's requiring. And then, as Bree can attest to, since May, we've been going back with this and some other regulations that have to be posted on the website for public consumption. So we need to comply. So that's why this is here. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Sondemire,
Yes.
Yazdi,
Yes.
Costa,
Yes.
Tomato,
Yes.
Delripa,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Item C, need a motion for Resolution 2019-10.21, accepting the planning board recommendations on the redevelopment area of downtown and some other parcels on Union Van Dam. Who makes that motion, please?
So moved.
Any discussion? First and foremost is to thank the planning board. We gave them quite a mission with this project. Mr. Graff is here. Thank you, as I did when you presented last week or last meeting, you and the chairman, plus the entire planning board, because you guys put a lot of time into this program, and the final product is where we need to be. The final product is a lot due to your work. The council that's what was presented last week to us, where we're going non-condemnation, made some amendments with parcels in and out, et cetera. But this now will be adopted, and then our clerk has to notify the 114 lot and blocks in the program, and then send it to DCA for their blessing. And then this is step one, and then we have to start talking about the actual redevelopment plan itself, utilizing some of the old vision plan pieces that was done in 2006, which will help us. Is the NJ Future grant of $70,000 we just received from the Highlands is going to help us do a lot of this initial planning on this process. And it ties into the town center, which I was talking about earlier as well. So it's very exciting, and it's a great step for the borough of Bloomingdale. Any other comments? Can I have a roll call, please?
Yazdi,
Yes.
Costa,
Yes.
Tomato,
Yes.
Delripa,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Sondemire,
Yes.
Item D. I need a motion to introduce ordinance 30/2019, registration of foreclosure properties. Second and final? When can we?
you could do it on
On November 8th. That date may sound odd to some. We always have a November 1st, 8 a.m. meeting for transfers. That meeting is now on the 8th, not the 1st of November. So second final will be 8 a.m. November 8th. Who makes that motion for introduction, please? So,
Second.
roll call.
I do.
All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance of the Borough of Bloomingdale, County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 11, Section 11-8, entitled Vacant and Abandoned Properties, and by adding a new Chapter 11, Section 11-9, to be entitled Registration of Foreclosing Mortgages and Vacant Property.
And if you all recall, last meeting, we entered into a shared service with the county, who utilizes a company called ProChamps, who is going to now assist us in the tracking, registering, inventorying any foreclosure vacancies, to then allow our property maintenance officer the ease of enforcement, rather than having to track down and chase these management companies who hold these mortgages, et cetera. This is going to be a nice, neat tool for us to use, and it's going to generate additional revenue than what we were receiving currently based on our ordinance. Thank you. Next is item E. I need a motion to introduce 31, 2019, amend Chapter 20, Streets and Sidewalks. Simply what we're doing here, our streets and sidewalk permit ordinances reference the DPW superintendent as the individual one would see to get permits, to get inspections, to get, all the things needed, and that's not what we do. So it's just changing the language to reference the construction official. Brought to my attention by our new construction official. The inspections are done by the engineer, that's fine, but this is just for the initial process and whether the bond's required, et cetera, et cetera. So I apologize for that. Do we have a motion to introduce 31, 2019?
So moved. Second.
With second and final as well on November 8th, please. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance of the Borough of Bloomingdale, County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 20, Streets and Sidewalks of the Code of the Borough of Bloomingdale.
Thank you. Item F, introduction of ordinance 32, 2019, various improvements out of capital surplus, $55,000. Remember, this is not a bond, this is not new debt. This is, we have $400,000 in capital surplus. We're using $55,000 primarily because the police department's vehicle cameras are now, the cameras fortunately, originally it was almost going to be a $60,000, $70,000 project just for the cameras. With a lot of research by Officer Frost and the chief, the cameras can be saved. It's the server and the information that gathers, because what they do is when they pull in from a day out on a shift, it automatically downloads to the server. And what was happening, it wasn't compatible any longer, and of course, typical, these things, the compatibility expires and you're forced to do what we're doing here for the tune of $19,500. What was happening is it was constantly trying to search the server and draining the car batteries. So the Public Health and Safety Committee met, they talked about, can we put 2 batteries in cars, can we do a bunch of different things, and the answer was no. Unfortunately, we got it down to 19 for the new server. This will be second and final reading as well on November 8th. The additional funding in there is for computers. We all know Microsoft 10 is required as of January 14th. We were looking to hold this until the new year. I sent you all our inventory from Spartech showing our 52 some odd computers, that 17 have Microsoft 7. Not all those 17 need to be replaced, but that's what I still need to understand is how many of those 17 are going to be compatible to 10, and I believe we're going to need to replace 10 to 12 of those. So that's the difference on this bond ordinance there. I'm not sorry, not capital ordinance there. Okay, so that's what that's for. I'm sorry, did I even get a motion?
Not yet.
So who moves that for introduction? And
Yazdi.
Yazdi Delaripa. And again, second and final on November 8th.
John, that 5,000, that was according to the ordinance for borough improvements? Is that
Oh, yes, that was
computers or something
for,
different?
if you recall, we could not do the firehouse sign with the new painting we did. The fire department requested signage to identify those 3 bays as fire department, which was going to be, funded next year. But again, rather than create new debt, let's use the capital surplus and fund it now. Okay, so it's
Yep.
those 3 items. Thank you for bringing that up. You want a roll call?
All in favor, sorry. It's just-
All in favor on that, please?
Aye.
Second and final again, November 8th. Thank you.
I just have to read it. An ordinance of the Borough of Bloomingdale appropriating $55,000 from the capital fund balance for the various improvements. Sorry, it's not finished.
That's fine. Okay, item G. Are you good?
Yeah.
Item G, I need a motion for resolution 2019 10.22. This is now to authorize the state contract for SF Mobile Vision police cameras, so the chief can at least get the ball rolling until the funding is available. Who makes that motion, please?
So moved.
Any discussion? Let's do a roll call, because it's money.
Costa?
Yes.
D'Amato?
Yes.
Delaripa?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Sondemire?
Yes?
Yazdi?
Yes.
We had one non-agenda item. I need a motion for resolution 2019 10.23. This is to approve the purchase of a EJ WAC valve maintenance trailer in the amount of $60,500. Just to refresh everyone's memory, this was in our capital ordinance back in May, and it turned out that a brand new one's up to over $72,000. I got an email a few weeks ago from Randolph, who has a one-year-old one, not used at all. It's brand spanking new. We still get the warranty, and we bid $60,500. They paid $67,000 for it last year and didn't use it. So it made sense to buy theirs for two reasons, mainly the approximately $12,000 to $13,000 savings, and if we went new, and two, we'll have it this week versus an order and we'll have it in June kind of thing. So that worked out well. They went through a bid process. Last meeting, you authorized to bid on it, and that's what we did, and we were awarded that bid. So that is the, excuse me?
Yes. There's filters and stuff that come with it they bought, so the whole package comes together.
Right.
You know,
It's-
and this
it's-
is something that we have to do.
Right, it's a DEP requirement. What they have to do is annually test the valves, and this machine, like I said to our foreman, I said, could we do this without the machine? He said, yeah, I would need 3 more men to do it, to comply with DEP. This gets onto the valve. It does GIS mapping, so it shows where the valve's location is. The sizes, the pressure, and everything that the DEP requires is done with this trailer. It looks like a generator trailer. It's nothing fancy. Just if you Google EJ Wack valve trailer, you'll see it. And it's needed. And it was in our capital. We ended up saving some money doing it this way. So I need a motion for that resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
D'Amato?
Yes.
Del Ripa?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Sondermeyer?
Yes.
Yazdi?
Yes.
Costa?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, everyone. I need a motion for late public comment.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to speak?
Linda Huntley, 86 Van Dam. Couple of things. My sidewalk and my curbs. Halloween's next week. We promised it would be done.
Before Halloween? I'll have to follow up with the engineer, yeah.
I don't think it's going to be done.
Yeah, I'll copy you on the email. I'll send Tom and Frankie an email and copy you on it. Yeah.
This really is pushing it. The second thing is.
It's not Bush League, but the
Pushing
billion
it, I
thing,
said.
I'm sorry?
Pushing it.
It's
Oh, pushing it? I'm sorry, okay.
Maybe the other thing, but I don't know. The other
It's not even pushing it because of the amount of things on the list, but I will get it
It's
done.
a year and a half.
Yeah, but it's not affecting any quality of life issues, so, okay.
The sidewalk is, because if somebody trips on that, who's going to be responsible
Sidewalk
for
and
it?
cracked curb. I know Frankie looked at it, but I'll follow up in the morning. I'll copy you on the email.
Okay, and for the garbage pails that are oversized.
Yes,
When they're replaced, can we throw the other ones out? Will you guys take them
that would be an empty can put out at recycling time,
Right.
yes.
at recycling time?
Because it's plastic.
Is it all, I don't know.
It's metal or plastic,
It's metal and plastic, okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. Thank you.
Put a little sign on it, take it.
I would do that to be safe. I would save them and just have extra storage, but that's me. Yes,
Jennifer Oldfield, 17 Cedar Street. Two things. In 2018 and in 2019, the Rose Fund recommended poison ivy removal,
which was done.
not at Oakwood.
It was, absolutely. We paid over $14,000 to have a company come with white suits and rip it out by the roots.
Can it be checked then, please?
Sure.
Because from what I've been hearing, it's grown back.
We
and
did
it's
DeLazier, third base side for big field, first base side for little field. We did the animal shelter, and we did Oakwood. And we spent, I would say, close to $20,000
Yeah, I
on the
know there was a
whole
bid.
shebang.
I know it's very expensive.
And it was pulling it by the root, not just spraying it.
Oh,
We
no,
couldn't
you
spray
had
near
to.
the water. Well, combination of getting it. So I'll check, I'll have DPW check.
And do you know if they've been looking for Japanese knotwood?
Who's they? Who would be looking for that?
We have that already.
Well, see, Japanese knotwood is like poison ivy.
Right, it's not good. It's an invasive species.
And it's, what happens is tendrils that go out send out more tendrils.
Yep.
And if you don't get them all, then you have a major issue.
Yeah, I had the issue in the lake,
And it has
in
to
my yard.
be disposed of properly.
Yeah, I mean, no. The answer to your question is no. We haven't done anything about that.
Okay. One more question. I understand they're putting a sprinkler system in
Sloan Park, correct.
And what budget is paying for that?
That was this year's capital. That was an
No,
add-on.
I mean for the water bill for that. Is it coming
The
in?
Rose Fund will pay any service, and like it does for DeLazier and Walter T. Bergen, and the electric and water usage from recreation.
Okay. Just wanted to
Yep.
know.
Perfect. And that's how it's metered, so finance knows, the account numbers that have to go to Rose Fund. So Walter T., Sloan, and DeLazier have its own meter number, its own billing account. It's not lumped into the whole borough water bill, so yes, it's easy to track. Good. Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak? Couple things. We have November 6th, a free social networking seminar put on by the economic. I'm sorry? Oh, okay. Yeah. So we're good. So motion to close public.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now I can go. November 6th, free social networking seminar. Council, please RSVP, yay or nay. Try to make it, just to show support for our Economic Development Commission. They had one previously. It's very interesting, but try to, come if you can. It's informative. And don't forget Election Day is November 5th. And then we meet again November 8th at 8 a.m. I know Tony's unavailable, Dawn's unavailable, but we have enough with 4 because we have capital on here. So I need 4 for that day. And we'll see you all on the 8th. Before I ask for a motion to go into executive session, we have 2 matters for, one is personnel, one is negotiation. Any matter of executive session, the public will have an opportunity to comment on, and I assure the public there will be no action coming out of executive session this evening. But again, you always have that option to speak to the subject if we were. So this time I need a motion at 7:27 to enter executive session.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.